All right. So, we just talked about this, but somebody remind me again, we've learned about linear equations in two forms. What was the first form we learned?
Slope, intercept.
Slope, intercept form. Put that over here. Slope, intercept form,
And
which was what? Y.
Y equals
mx
plus b.
Good.
And then the
Point
slop form.
Yeah, point slop form, point slope form, right?
Which is y minus y1 equals m parenthesis x minus x1 parenthesis.
Now, do you have that memorized, or did you just look over here?
No, I have
Yeah.
90% remembered.
Do you have to have these memorized?
No.
No. Well, first of all, I'm going to leave these up, so you will have your formulas here. And also they're on your EOC reference sheet, which I will now start giving you for your test, so that you can refer to your formulas that are that don't require memorization, but you just need to know how to use them and how to graph them and that kind of thing. So those are the two forms we've learned so far for linear equations. What is the word inside the word linear that really describes? Line, thank you. Linear equations. Girls in the back, it does not look like you're giving me your full attention, and I need that right now. Okay, so linear equations are equations that you can graph either on a coordinate plane, or you make your own graph, like that lady who was trying to do the party and the forks were filling up, right? She was throwing out event for 75 people.
Those were some very expensive forks.
Yeah, those were some fancy forks, right? They're getting bigger and bigger. So, but that was graphing a line also. It doesn't just have to be on an X, Y coordinate plane. It can be in a real life situation. So, today we are adding one more form, so that it's a perfect trio of linear equation forms. And it is called standard form.
Boom. Do it.
Okay, so standard form looks like this. AX plus BY equals C. And that is going to look really weird to you guys. If I'm writing, you're writing. It's going to look weird to you guys because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm already dealing with the X's and the Y's and the lowercase b over there and the M for slope. And now I've got capital A, B, and C. What is this, my ABCs?
I can't even count to square.
What? I don't even know what you're saying. Okay, so yeah, it's another form, but at least it's in alphabetical order with your ABCs, right? Something that's really, really important, especially when you are entering your answers digitally, is capitals need to be capitals and lowercase need to be lowercase, right? Because this B represents your y-intercept. This B does not. Okay, the capital B in standard form is completely different from the lowercase b. Is it important?
Yeah, I actually have a question.
Yeah.
So, is this kind of like a squared equals b squared equals c squared, or no?
No, those are actually lowercase, totally different.
Yeah, those are the polarity.
Yeah.
Does the y always go with the b and the x
Yes.
always goes with a?
Yes, in terms of,
And then
yes.
always equals c?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
It'll always go
That's
with
super
that?
high.
No matter
Yes.
if it's divided
That's a
into
big
one.
number, yes.
yes. Okay, if I'm understanding your question correctly, the answer is yes. Okay, shh. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a little Jolly Rancher opportunity. Man, you guys love candy. Your dentists probably love me.
I'm going to the
Y'all?
dentist in 2 days.
Oh shoot, okay, I don't wanna get any dentist bills for all the Jolly Ranchers I'm giving out, okay? Now listen, you guys have to pay close attention. I will not count any answers that are called out.
Darn it.
I will ask you my question after I'm done reading this, so pay close attention. Hannah will spend $150 on music festival tickets. Reserved seat tickets cost $25, and general admission tickets cost $10. Process that information. Take a second. And it says, how can you represent that situation with a linear equation? Shush, shush, you don't even know my question.
I'm sorry. I thought that was the question.
Then it starts breaking it down for you. and telling you how you can set it up, and it's actually going to be in standard form. My question is, and raise your hand only if you know the answer. Don't raise your hand because you want to think you know the answer. Tell me there's a little mistake on this slide, okay? And I want you to tell me where the mistake is in terms of the way the book is setting up the information for this equation.
The tickets that are for reduced seating, it's not 25 on top of 10. It's just 25, right?
Why are you saying 25 on top of 10?
Because it could be, if you wanted to reserve a seat, you would have to pay extra 25.
So what mistake are you seeing?
You think that maybe they worded it wrong?
Oh, no. There's nothing wrong with the question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So wait, what?
With the 150, would it be like with like the X and then?
Nope, that's not it. Vincent?
Why are they using 25 times X and 10 times Y? Why can't they just use 25 X and
That's what it is. It's the same thing.
What?
Jack?
Again?
when they're putting it on there, the text bubble thingies are pointed towards the dots.
No, that's not a mistake.
What's the question again? I forgot.
The question is, there's something wrong with the way the book writes out the information from this. Okay, go ahead.
Isn't the LETX equals cost of reserved seat tickets?
Tell me what's wrong about it.
The LET is supposed to be like a linear with a big part.
No, it's
Oh.
saying
Is it
let.
let?
Saying let. Angelina,
Oh.
she's got this. She's got it. I can feel it.
It's not supposed to be, because it says that it's replacing the B with the 25, even though it says that X is the cost of like reserved seat tickets.
Right.
Yeah, so it's saying that it says that reserved seat tickets are like 25.
Yeah.
And then it says X is like the cost of reserved seat tickets.
Yeah.
Then it replaces the B with 25.
No,
Okay, I think so.
I
Tell
guess-
me what word is wrong here.
X.
No.
They're like
It's-
Oh!
You're so close. There's a word here that, actually two words, but really like one main word that is wrong.
what?
Oh!
No. Carmine.
Reserve.
No. Angelina, you got us halfway there. Bo? No.
It's
What, Grayson?
cost
Why?
because it's telling us like what it's like, what it like is, like how much
Oh,
it is.
no.
It's not telling us like what the cost of like the actual of all of it is.
Okay.
I don't.
Emily. Both cost isn't spelled wrong.
Cost. That's how you spell cost.
Wait.
I think cost of
It says like money is spent on your receipts, and then she spent $150.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna explain it. I think. Okay, go ahead, Bo.
Is it the cost, it says cost of reserved seat tickets, so would that mean like, it would be wouldn't it be like the total cost of all of the seats that they bought that are?
No, I think that's.
Carmine, go ahead.
It says cost there, but it doesn't say cost of general admission.
Right, which one's
Oh
wrong?
my gosh.
The red one.
Why?
Because the reserve seats is for people who pay beforehand and want a seat specifically.
Okay, I know what you're saying. I'm gonna go with yours, and I'm going to explain it in Mrs. Legg's language, okay? Please allow me to do something fun like this
Yes.
without ruining it, okay?
Okay.
Now listen, I know a lot of you guys were kind of getting on the same track, but the combination of what Angelina said and Carmine said is that they're saying let X be the cost of reserve tickets. I thought the cost is given to us as $25. What does X actually represent?
The reserve.
The amount of the seats that.
Yeah, the number of seats that she might want to purchase, right? Just like this is correct, Y is how many tickets of general admission, right? That will be the number of general admission tickets. This is not the cost of the reserved seats, it's just the number of the reserved seats. So I just wanted to point that out, that we have to be careful to make sure the information is correct. okay? So don't write cost of. If you're copying this down, write X, let X be the reserved seat tickets. The cost of the tickets are $25 and $10.
Bless you.
Bless you. All right.
Oh, that's a chicken strip right there.
Okay, so when we multiply 25 times X, $25 times how many tickets she might want to buy,
4.
that will be our total cost or the total money spent on these tickets, right? The reserve tickets. Over here, when you multiply $10 times however many tickets of the general admission she wants to buy, please put the calculator down. Thank you. When we multiply those together, that's gonna give us the total amount of money she's spending on those specific tickets, right? When we combine those two products, we get the total, or at least the total budget that she has to spend. Maybe she's not going to spend all $150 on it, but at least that's what we know is her limit, right? That's her limit. Okay. Carmine, early dismissal, quickly, please.
What's that?
Uh-oh, you don't need a whole distraction. Let's continue with the lesson. This is really important, guys. This is your vocabulary word for this lesson, standard form of a linear equation. It looks like this. A, B, and C are integers, which means positive or negative numbers, and A and B cannot equal 0. We can talk more about that later. You just walk behind me. Yeah. Okay. Ready?
No, wait. Go ahead, Ari.
It's okay. I appreciate that you're taking down all these notes.
So we're not actually ever going to solve it?
I got it.
That's the answer. 25x plus 10.
So we are not,
150.
we're not gonna solve this. First of all, remember you guys are always so focused on solving. First of all, we have two variables, so we're not gonna like solve for it. But we are gonna do something with this equation. Can I switch?
Yo.
Yeah. Yes.
Is there another number?
The next thing we're gonna do is kind of examine what standard form, what information standard form does give us, and compare it to what a form like slope-intercept form might give us. So we can actually take this equation, the one that we just had on this slide, right? We can take this equation in standard form, we can actually rearrange it to put it into slope-intercept form, and then let's just compare what information is given in each form. So if I have 25x plus 10y equals 150, if I'm writing, you're writing, and I want to put that into slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, what am I solving for if I need it in slope-intercept form?
B. Or
Sorry, I was writing it down.
It's okay. What am I solving for?
Why?
Y. Good. So the y is all stuck up in here. So let's start solving for y in a couple of steps. What's the first thing we should do? So if I can subtract 10y from this side and move it to the other side. There's nothing wrong with doing it. It's not gonna isolate the y in any way though, because it'll just be over here with the 150 and it's over here with the 25x, so it's just gonna have a buddy over there too, yeah.
You can divide by 2.
We can't divide by 10 yet.
You subtract.
You subtract 25.
Good. Subtract 25x.
On both sides.
Yep. That cancels. Now we have 10y Good job. I was waiting to see if somebody was gonna say 125x. Was anybody thinking that?
No.
What the?
Okay.
Oh.
I was afraid you guys were gonna go, can't you just subtract the numbers? Why can't you?
Because you
Because
can't.
it's they don't have to
There's
say
an
that.
X.
Right, they're not like terms. So 150 minus 25x, that's as simple as it's gonna get.
Wait,
Oh,
so we
do
do
it.
that, but then we don't do that?
We are doing it, I just wrote it long ways instead of on top of each other.
Well, why,
Because she can.
why,
It's just how it
why are
works.
you putting it on the other side?
Because she can.
Because I'm trying to isolate y. If I'm gonna isolate y, I have to get rid of everything that's happening over on this side. The restroom? Yeah, okay.
I was about to
After
ask
this,
that.
no more bathroom, okay?
She stole my question.
No more bathroom.
Run my mind.
What do we do next?
You divide.
Divide by
10.
on.
Both sides.
Now that's, this is very important, I have two terms here. I need to divide both of them by 10. Okay? Tens cancel out, and I get y equals what?
15
15 minus
a number. I do
Negative
2.5.
2.5.
2.5x. Now, real quick,
Oh, boy.
does this look like slope-intercept forms?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Really?
No. Because the x is.
What do I need to do?
You
What?
need a,
Oh,
Need,
flip.
change the amendment. You need.
Yeah, I just need to move it, right? Now, since I have a positive 15 and a negative 2.5x that are being combined, technically, it's like a kind of like a hidden addition sign, right? Since these terms are being combined, can't I switch them?
Yeah.
Addition property of, not addition property of equality, commutative property of addition.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can switch the spots, right? So I've got y equals
2.5.
Nope.
Oh, no, negative 2.
negative 2.5x
plus
plus 15. Good. And that's what we have here, except that they don't show any of the steps, and I do.
do you have to switch those?
Yeah.
If you
Well-
want to put it into perfect slope intercept form, yes, because your x term needs to be first.
Okay.
It's just the way, it's that way to write it. I was about to say the standard form, but that's actually this. Okay. It's the standard way to write slope intercept form, not the standard form. Okay, so do you agree that once we have it into slope intercept form, what does this number represent?
B.
Which is the
Slope the y-intercept.
y-intercept. So when we get slope intercept form, we have our y-intercept and we have our slope, right? Okay. Standard form doesn't give us that,
Oh.
right? But it does give us our constraint. Now, I used a word earlier that started with an L, where I was kind of
Linear.
describing what the constraint was. It wasn't linear. I said 150 is the
Limit.
limit. Very good. So a constraint is the fancy way of saying it's the limit. It's her total budget. Okay? This is what this has to equal or less, basically. All right. Are we good with this? Now, here is what standard form is really good for. Because if, like, you're looking at this and you're going, I like the slope intercept form better. Got my y-intercept, I got my slope, I can graph that. But I'm gonna show you how to use standard form to graph a line so easily. Are you ready?
Boom.
Oh,
do it.
shoot. I have a try it, but this is actually really important. This is a really important try it because it's going to lead in to why it's so easy. Like a hula, it's going to lead in to why it's so easy to graph this. Let's answer this question. Would it be easier to find the x-intercept of the graph of the equations? In this example, would it be easier to find the x-intercept using slope-intercept form or standard form? Now, first tell me what the x-intercept means. Yes, Jack, please don't raise your hand.
It's what x is when y is 0.
Very good. The x-intercept. There you go, Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah,
Joe!
It took a lot of people guessing in my last class to get that, so very good. The x-intercept is what x equals when y equals 0. On the other side, let's go ahead and do the other thing. What is the y-intercept? The y
Intercept is the value of y
Uh-huh.
when
X
x
is
equals 0.
nothing.
when x equals
0.
0.
Boom, do it.
That does not make sense.
Everything.
Okay, I'll make it make sense for you. Challenge accepted. Okay,
Huh?
Do you agree? do you agree that a y-intercept has to be somewhere on the y-axis?
Indubitably.
Good. I'm gonna put a couple of points on the y-axis.
Can't see it here. Oh,
Let's give the coordinate points of those pairs. This would be 0, 1. This would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
8.
0, 8.
And this would be 0, 8.
Good job, Bo.
Notice what all of those coordinate pairs have in common?
You.
They all have
They
0.
all have 0 at the
At
for the
the
X.
x, right? Because anywhere on your y-axis, doesn't matter what your y is,
It's all
x will always be
0.
0. Let's, and again, what the intercept is just where the line is crossing through. It's
Indubitably.
crossing through the y-axis. Now, let's pretend a line is crossing through the x-axis here, okay? What about over here? Okay, let's look at these points. We've got 3, 0, and
Something 0. 2 0.
negative 3, 0. What about something back here, like
10
negative
0.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
Negative
Negative 8,
8,
0.
0.
What do you notice about your y
I
values?
don't. They're all 0.
0.
Do you see that now?
You used to copy yourself.
No matter where your line is pointing, what your slope is of your line,
You know karate?
if it's passing through your x-axis, intersecting your x-axis, the y value of that point will always be 0. Because it's on the axis, it's not going up or down on your y. So the y value has to stay at 0. So your x-intercept is what x equals when y is 0. Your y-intercept is what y equals when x is 0.
James.
That makes no sense.
It's okay. It's a little tricky. But now I'm going to, now let's see, which would be easier?
The standard form.
What makes you think that?
Because all you have to do is like.
Yes, I know you're gonna get it, keep going, I love it.
All you have to do is just subtract and then divide and then
Well,
bam.
Because it's the standard form. It's the one
okay, so we're finding our x-intercept, right? What would y equal then?
1.
One.
Oh, what
One.
does y equal?
1.
0.
Thank you,
Oh, 0.
0.
Oh yeah! Lightning McQueen.
Okay,
Yes.
so if y has to be 0 to get our x-axis, x-intercept, look what happens when I plug a 0 in for my y. What happens?
100.
It becomes a 0.
It becomes
It
100.
becomes a 0.
No, that's just a 0 being multiplied times 10.
Oh,
not
that,
a
it then
100.
becomes 0.
That's why parentheses are very, it cancels out. Then what do we do?
You subtract 25 by
Divide by 25.
Divide by 25. And then you get x equals
whatever it is.
Good. This would be a lot more complicated. If we put 0 for our y, we could still solve this. But first we'd have to subtract 15 from both sides. Then we'd have negative 15 equals negative 2.5x. Then we have to divide. Yeah, he's right.
And then after that you get a number out.
We would get 6, but that's a lot more work, right? When you, boom, plug in a 0 and it's being multiplied by something,
Oh, do it.
boom, it's gone.
Do you always do 0?
Always. Now, here's the beauty. This is what makes standard form so beautiful. When you're graphing a line, all you have to do is find your x and y intercepts. Because if you find where the line intercepts your y-axis and the line intercepts your x-axis, and you put points there, doesn't that form a line? Yeah. So with this, like slope-intercept form, you know, you're like, oh, I got my y-intercept, so I'm gonna plot that, and then I'm gonna use my slope, and I'm gonna go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, or whatever. Here, you don't need your slope. You just put your y-intercept on it, and your x-intercept on it, and then connect the dots, and that's your line. You don't need a slope. Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
Point slope form, you need a slope. Slope intercept form, you need a slope. Here, you don't need your slope. And look how easy it is to plug in your zeros and solve.
Why
So-
don't you need a slope?
You don't need a slope because finding your x-intercept, whatever point it ends up being, like I'm making this up, okay? Let's pretend we solved and we got our x-intercept is here.
Huh?
Let's pretend we solved and we got our y-intercept is all the way down here. Can I connect those dots and form a line? Did I need a slope to figure it out? Nope. I just need a really steady hand, which I don't have.
I have a steady hand.
Here's your line. Just by plotting an x-intercept and a y-intercept. So let's do it for this.
Boom, do it.
Let's do it. To find your x-intercept, what is y?
0.
0. When you plug in a 0 for your y, boom!
Boom,
Gone! Gone!
Do you do that?
Boom,
every time?
do it. Chicken strips.
I'm getting like a little overexcited here,
And
okay?
nothing to
You
buy
did
my
that
friend on
last
both
time.
sides.
Just divide by 3 on both sides. Boom, x is 3. Now, that means your x-intercept is positive 3. So go to your x-axis and make a little dotty dot on positive 3. We don't know where the line's gonna go, we just know it's gonna go through that point. You solve for the y-intercept by plugging a 0 in for
X.
x.
You're welcome.
Gone! But we still have a negative.
You
2y.
divide.
Oh,
Divide by negative 2.
The answer is negative 4.5.
Yeah, 9 divided by negative 2 is negative 4.5. So that is, it says it right there.
I don't know what's talking about.
But I will give you 4 very first. Okay. So now I have my y-intercept, focus. My y-intercept, negative 4.5, it's kind of a pain, but I can still do it, right? Down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a half, right? My point will be right there. My x-intercept, my y-intercept. Connect the dots. And on your homework and your test, you don't even need to like actually try to connect them. It does it for you.
What if it is a decimal? How do you block it?
It would not expect you to plot a decimal unless it was like a half.
But how do you plot a half on there? Do they have that option?
Half of the.
They would give you that option if it was required. Okay. We just did that. That's what we did. Right over here. I want you guys to try this.
I just sketched the graph.
Okay, so we just did that.
I know. Can I graph it on the big,
After we're done, everybody try this on your own. What's the first step in graphing a line in standard form, Lily?
never mind.
Can you just try? We just did it.
She was busy talking about chicken.
Shh. So here's our standard form. Hot what? And how do we know what points to plot? Did you by any chance take any notes on the last example? No, this was at the very beginning of the, did you, you can check on her.
I know.
Guys, my point isn't to get the answer, my point is to help that learner who needs help, okay?
You start
Okay. Let's go through our steps one at a time, okay? Let's go through our steps one time. If you don't need this and you want to work ahead, go for it. Step 1, find your X and Y. I want Lily to fill in this word. Find your X and Y, what?
Wait.
No, your X and Y intercepts. Now a little subpart is to find Y intercept, plug in 0 for what? Anybody?
Huh?
To find your Y-intercept, plug in 0 for
Y. 6. X.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
I'm smart.
I already did.
To find X-intercept, plug
Y.
in
Y.
0 for Y.
You're looking for being a predictive learner.
Plot both intercepts
I did it.
on graph and connect. Once you're done, call me over so I can check your work.
If I get it right, do I get a piece of cake?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yo.
You don't have the privilege.
No. Where's your X? Thank you. Look up here. Step 1 has 2 parts. You have to find your X and your Y intercepts. To find your Y intercept, plug in 0 for X. To find your X intercept, plug in 0 for Y. It requires 2 separate equations.
What I did.
I know you just didn't do them right. So when you plug in 0, Y is being multiplied times 5 is being Y is multiplied. You subtract Y is being multiplied.
I didn't.
You got it?
I didn't like plot the points, but I don't really know the draw, but I wish I could.
That's great. Plot your points. Make a little coordinate plate. Do little dashes for the units. You can do it.
Lex.
So after I multiply Y
This
by
is
0 first.
so.
It's gotta be like that.
So you plugged in 0. So why do you have a Y here still? You plugged in a 0 for your Y. Your Y is gone, and now everything's yeah. If you plug it in, then the Y disappears.
I have a quick question.
Hold on 1 second. This is correct. This, your math is wrong. Because you're not a calculator. Yes, what's your question?
Never mind, I got it. I had a find out.
Yes. Yep, that's it. Good job.
I think I got it right this way. Is that right?
Wait, I don't think this is correct.
Who said that?
Yeah.
That's correct. Very good.
I have hope. I don't think I did something right.
Okay, I only have 1 minute, so I'm going to do this for everybody who's having trouble. Look up here, please. 4x. If you pack up, I'm making you stay. 4x plus 5y equals 10. To find your y-intercept, plug in 0 for x. What happens? It goes away. When you plug in 0 for x, it disappears because it multiplies it times 0 and it's gone. Okay? So then you just do 5 divided by 5 divided by 5, you get y equals 2. Right? So that's your first one. Then 4x plus 5y equals 10. To get your x-intercept, what does x equal? We don't know. First, we have to plug in 0 for y. Plug in 0 and it goes away. Divide by 4, and you get x equals 2.5. And then you just graph them. The y is 2. Your x is 2.5. That's it. All right, listen. We will do examples 3 and 4 tomorrow. If you could pen the